My dad's mistress texted me on New Year's Eve, and I had to be the one to expose the affair. So, as the title suggests, I received a message from a stranger on New Year's Eve asking if my dad was okay because she hadn't heard from him since Friday. I was immediately uneasy, so I asked who she was, took a screenshot of the messages, and sent them to my dad. He told me to ignore her, claiming she was just someone he knew and that I should block her without telling my mom. I didn't believe him. He sounded more nervous than I'd ever heard him. I reached out to my sister and found out this same woman had messaged her months ago with similar concerns. Back then, Dad blamed it on a friend who had been staying with us after his own divorce. For a moment, I thought maybe there was a reasonable explanation, but there wasn't. When I shared what I learned with my sister, she sent me proof. Pictures of her with my dad, Snapchat screenshots, and photos of him sleeping in the same bed as her young child. They had been together since June, and she even showed me messages where my dad called her by our last name and asked for her ring size. It was unsettling to see someone else's child referring to him as daddy. This shattered my perception of my father. I had always suspected he might be unfaithful, but seeing the evidence was overwhelming. I saved everything and sent it to him. Part of me felt a bit vindictive. He always preached about hating lies and now wanted me to lie for him. He called me again, but I didn't answer. Instead, I drove to my mom's house. I couldn't bear to tell her over the phone. She immediately sensed something was wrong when I showed up unexpectedly. I tried to delay the conversation, hoping her friend would arrive for support, but she cut straight to the chase, asking what my dad had done. I gave her a brief rundown, and she went into her bedroom to call him, demanding he come home immediately. He was working in the next state and staying in an Airbnb. My mom was understandably heartbroken, asking all the usual questions. Was it her fault? How long had it been going on? When the mistress told me that my dad's mom knew about the affair, my mom called him again. He asked if his friend should come home too, but my mom firmly said no, making it clear he was no longer welcome in our home. I left shortly after because I didn't want to be there while they fought. I made sure my mom wasn't alone, and her friend stayed with her. As of now, my mom is trying to work through it with him, but apparently this isn't the first time it's happened, just the first time the kids have been directly involved. As for me, my dad is no longer allowed to have pictures of my child on his phone. I don't know this woman, and I'm not okay with my child being involved in any of this without my consent. I know this situation isn't about me, and my pain is secondary to my mom's, but it still hurts that my dad hasn't even apologized to me. My mom and the mistress have both expressed regret for putting me in the middle, but he hasn't said a word. I feel sick and numb, wondering why we weren't enough for him to say no. So that's where I am. Happy New Year, I guess. Your sign to not do laundry today. That was my first mistake yesterday. In summary, my dad's mistress contacted me, sent proof of their affair, and my dad tried to deny it. I had to tell my mom in person. Everything blew up, and now I'm stuck in the middle, feeling hurt and overwhelmed. A little update. It's been almost a week, and I still haven't heard from my father. My mom seems to be coping better than expected, likely trying to forget anything happened. Thankfully, I'm already in therapy and have an appointment tomorrow. It means a lot to have support, especially since my mom has been somewhat dismissive of my feelings, acting like I shouldn't be affected at all. My sister has been distant, too, so it's comforting to have my boyfriend by my side. I'll update if anything changes, but it might be a while before I see my dad again.